I feel like I'm constantly doing this balancing act of like trying to perceive myself outside of my body and trying to be like, oh, do I look professional enough today? Did I say the right things? Am I acting the right way? Because I know that I'm constantly being looked at for like not having the same background as other students. My name is Kaylee Lord, and I entered the foster care system at 15 years old and graduated out of Hill Country Youth Ranch at 17 years old out of the foster care system. I am a second-year master's student in cultural anthropology, and I'm about to graduate this semester. I'm really proud of myself for finishing. Everything's changing so quickly, and I'm trying to find housing. School's kind of been my safety net for a really long time with like getting, being able to get grant money and stuff like that. And so now that I'm like leaving, it's kind of stressful just because I don't have anything job-wise or safety net-wise in that way anymore.
So she makes a lot of bread.
Yeah. How's your semester going?
It's been long. I'm barely holding on.
I feel that.
Everyone comes to these meetings like so stressed. FACES is foster care alumni creating educational success. I mean, the way that trauma works, you have an experience and maybe it's one of powerlessness or not mattering or not being seen. And that gets deeply embedded until you start believing it. And so our students really push past those trauma beliefs. And then also just like being broke college students, not having transportation, not always knowing where their next meal is coming from, where are they gonna live. Basic needs and those higher level cognitive things, I see them push past and figure it out.
I haven't had a guarantor, at this entire time.
So some people are willing to work with you without a guarantor.
Yeah, it sucks, but have to save up enough money for twice the rent for the first month.
Housing insecurity is definitely a challenge for our students. It's really expensive.
I know there's like the supervised independent living program. I've heard questionable things about that, but yeah.
The supervised independent living program, it's very different than being in foster care. If they age out of foster care, which means they turned 18 in the child welfare system, they weren't adopted out of care, they would have to sign what's called a return to care agreement. But I think some young adults don't want to sign that agreement. They turn 18 and they're like, I'm done.
Last time I gave it to everyone and Matthew was like, I'm
Then we're going to have our 2 enchiladas right here.
Second Saturday is our life skills workshop, and they come here for 4 hours and do workshops and cooking and stuff like that. We think it's really important for them to not only practice some of these life skills, but hear from other people in the community and just expose them to as much as we can.
Eventually you get like more offers.
Exactly.
And then you're able to...
Both of my programs take more funding than what the state provides by a lot. This year I'll probably have to raise a little over $500,000 on top of what the state pays us. So we have capacity for about 10 kids with our budget.
I already know my career, what I want to do. I want to be a child life specialist.
They just need help because of the trauma and things like that. A lot of them developmentally are not 18 even when they age out. I've seen the difficulty obtaining housing. I've seen, that they age out with no driver's license. It's so many barriers before they're even out the door. So we try to remove those barriers and do whatever we can to help them, get on a path so that they can make it.
Okay.
I'm still learning to cope with my anger.
Okay, thank you for being honest.
I needed a good coping skill when, I guess a while back whenever I first came here. Talking to people, like being more comfortable rather than keeping my guard up type stuff. So yeah.
Good one.
I wasn't ready for the real world, and honestly, I didn't have the resources that I needed at the moment, and extended foster care gave me the opportunity to, graduate and get get my driver's license and all that good stuff to be prepared to get where I need to be. So I don't know. I was skeptical about it at first because most of the foster homes I was in were abusive. So I was always like, could I trust this person? Can I trust this person? I had no money or no job or anything, so it was kind of like either be homeless or take this opportunity and be something. So I kind of just took it. One struggle is being on my own and learning how to deal with that, being alone every day, and not being able to wake up and say hi dad or good morning to my family or whatever.
This is a picture of my mom when she was pregnant with me, and my dad and my mom and me as a baby. This photo is important to me because I don't have a lot of baby photos, let alone like photos where both my parents are smiling. My mom had been like on meth when she was a kid, so CPS has always been in my life since day one. It didn't get bad living with my mom until my dad died. And then at that point, she just completely went off the deep end. It was a Wednesday. We saw the cops knocking on the door, the caseworkers were there, and my mom was like screaming at me, like, don't leave, like, don't listen to them. I was taken from my mom's house that night and then put into another high school in another home. And so I just like ended up going to the bathroom, like crying all day, because I was just like, I don't know what to do. I graduated out of Hill Country Youth Ranch, which is a big foster home. My counselor was actually the one who like told me that I could get a tuition waiver and that I should apply to college, and that's the first thing I did. And I got in, so I went for it. My thesis is called From Foster Care to University, an ethnography of academic challenges. The research shows that students who have been in the foster care system have lower GPAs and tend to drop out of classes more. It's great that the state of Texas offers a tuition and fee waiver, but like only 40% of students who have been through the foster care system use it. And a lot of people, even if they can use it, they won't because they have other pressing needs to take care of. Like going to a college course can't, help you find a house. I chose this research because I'm a member of the foster care community. Less than 3% of us graduate with a bachelor's degree, and I want to show them that I'm here and that I'm getting my master's and that I'm here for them and that it's possible.
Masters or bachelors?
Masters. I'm graduating next week. I'm gonna pick up my cap and gown today, and my little brother's coming, my grandparents are coming, and maybe my mom, so I don't know.
Congrats.
Thank you, congrats.
Yeah, we're disgusting.
We did it, we did it. Yeah. It's crazy right now.
It's alright.
All right, we're good.
These students have been so pathologized their whole lives with mental health diagnoses, with psychotropic medication, with school failure, just you name it. That's been the narrative. They were pretty tired of that narrative.
Just thinking about like all of the things that I've been through, being in the foster care system, not having any family really to support me. So yeah, it's a big deal for me because I'm just like, I can't believe I did it. Yeah. Hi, Mom.
There's a saying that we use. It says, "Smooth seas do not good sailors make." They've been through a lot, but I always say the worst is behind them, and they are uniquely suited to be problem solvers in our world.
Okay,